Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to join the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate forum, which you should definitely all join. If you'd like to support the channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join this discussion right here, right now, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcome back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel, so please share the show on Facebook and Twitter. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now we are joined by the one, Paul, Flatzoid, Chocolate Sane, Arwin, and we are also joined on Discord by, bear with me a moment, I definitely need more monitors.
I got a wrench.
Got a wrench in this live stream. We're also joined by Dougie, Eli, is that right? Ferris, John, and Ryan Eartherton. Very good to have you all. Wow.
Hello, hello.
Well, it's good to be here. Hello, hello.
Getting some feedback on your mic.
Yeah, we hear you in Discord.
Nathan.
Right. Hello.
Yes, I'm getting some feedback on your mic, man. Every time you turn it on, it sounds like, you know, there was a gong that was banged and it's just about ready to finish its sound.
All right. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll bring the sound desk up. Anyway, can we run some housekeeping questions, please?
Any signs of Earth curvature?
No. Any evidence of axial rotation?
No,
No.
Any evidence of the distance to the sun?
Nope.
Any scientific evidence of gravity?
Scientific evidence of what?
Gravity?
Any evidence of a self-perpetuating molten iron core at the center of a presupposed spherical Earth?
Nope. Again, no, Nathan.
Even Marvel find that very fantastic.
Marvel, as in the comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty fantastic. Any evidence of the R value?
Retardedness of globe hits? Yes.
I hear yes. Evidence of the R value?
Retardedness of globe hits? Yes. R value. They are retarded.
Is that a quantifiable, measurable scale, is it? It's how retarded they are in R values.
Yep.
Right, who wants to
Any
ask the last
evidence
one?
of R zombies?
Last one, gas pressure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is evidence of gas pressure.
Yes, definitely.
No, I'm hoping someone else will ask the full entirety of our housekeeping question in regards to gas pressure.
Can there be a gas pressure without a container? Or is there
No.
any evidence of it?
Definitely no demonstrations of it, at least.
Pipe dreams.
So regardless...
Outside.
Brenda's pipe dreams.
Yeah, it's pipe dreams and walking outside, pointing at the sky. That's it.
Yeah. But don't look at it.
Pipe dreams that aren't containers.
According to them, they aren't.
Apparently, a pipe is not a container. A swimming pool is not a container. A coffee cup. Yeah, none of those contain things. Right, Brenda?
Apparently, outer space is container.
I'm gonna need a notebook of all the silly things Brenda said.
Got a new guest, XLR8. How you doing? I've got to be honest, the caliber of guests in Discord is sometimes poor. No offense to those who talk.
Hello.
Hello. Every time I go to Discord, it's like the conversation immediately. I might as well say, I'm now going to kill the conversation. Hello, Discord.
Oh boy.
Prove to the audience there is actually people in there. I'm just going to say, regardless of which channel, if you're watching live on Nathan Oakley or on the premiering stream on the Friday night Nathan Oakley 1980 stream, Ballbusters will be tomorrow, so be here or be sphere. That's 8 p.m. UK time and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we're gonna, as we were for the last week or two, drop anchor on the Coriolis effect. We're also gonna double toe tag Toady, who's been, I don't know why he's so vocal at the moment, or why he's drawing so much attention from Quantum Eraser, but he certainly seems to be. There's no necessity to address the presentation on Ranties, because it was absolute garbage. If you're watching Right the Hand, mate, what a disappointment.
What? No way it wasn't. His attitude was kind of stupid, but I think he made some interesting points. Not perfectly so, by the way. It wasn't a foolproof representation by any long shot. Coriolis or non-Coriolis.
I was waiting.
Yeah, right.
No, he's talking about Right the Hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yesterday. No.
Yeah, too funny, man. Yeah, he's got me. The jig is up. I was extrapolating the double split experiment by the equivocation fallacy.
Yeah.
Equivocation.
I'm basically not gonna touch upon those things. He definitely has a beef with you, and it's kind of embarrassing.
Well, I missed the live show because my power went out, had some storms go through, and then about 3 or 4 hours later, somebody said, "Hey, Ranty was on, and somebody's challenging you, QE." I said, "All right, let me turn it on." Oh my God, son, you got issues, man, and they're a lot deeper than quantum mechanics. Unbelievable. Nice presentation. I love those wiki supporting citations. It was great. Keep it up.
So just for the benefit of the globeheads in the audience, let's just remind them that there's more and more people around Earth realizing that they're not living on a spinning ball, and they're questioning it very thoroughly. So be happy about that, globeheads.
They're not. They don't sound happy about it. I've got to be honest.
What the hell did that have to do with the discussion?
It's the flat Earth debate. I'd just like to remind them.
I think that's Dayan's little reminder of we're not going anywhere, and more people are waking up to the fact that we're not stuck to the side of a spinning magical water ball in space.
Yeah, and people in Australia don't get red heads and headaches.
They're equivocating.
Equivocating, did you say?
Yes, sir. They're equivocating from the extrapolating.
I don't know what equivocating is.
Equivalation.
Admittedly, I'll often...
What is an equivalation?
An equivocation is where you use two different definitions for the same thing. So in the case of mass, mass is when they describe mass and they've got a definition of a mole and a definition of inertia, that's an equivocation. Now, I often incorrectly identify a false equivalence as equivocation just through brain fart. But yeah, so an equivocation is like the mass example. When they can't define it, they give two different definitions that mean different things for the same thing. That's an equivocation.
I think I know where that mistake is coming from. It's a side effect. It's like an unpleasant side effect of believing in unicorn farts.
Yeah,
You say that all the time.
It's just me talking quicker than I can think.
But what's an equivocation?
An equivocation is a made-up word.
No, that's you're basically in two different places and you're equal at the same time.
Oh, an equal. equation. Equilification.
Qualification?
This is made up. I'm going to look this up. There's no way this is a real word.
Ah,
It's not. I don't think.
Does anyone have a double split experiment they could show us?
I
What's
was
wrong with-
waiting for that.
I mean, did you
I'm
say?
willing to
hold on,
I heard him
participate
say
in
it
the
a few
double slot
times.
experiment.
Did I miss the joke? What was? Say that again.
The double split experiment?
Say it with a P. Double split.
Right.
No, I have a double splint.
Double splint.
Yeah.
Got 2 broken legs.
I'm willing to participate in a double slut experiment.
All right, this has gone too far already. No double sluts.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I mean, he built up the hype in the chat, had right the hand about his demolition. You know, but there we go. And then he was in the chat earlier talking about light as a wave. He's just like, oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be something that I don't know if Arwin was hinting at this. If I'm stealing your thunder or expanding on your point, just let me know either way. Arwin, I'll either apologise or you can applaud me. But when it comes to Rayleigh scattering, John, they've got a description that when it was read out or when Arwin was reading it out from Wikipedia, sounded like they were reifying how a light wave would behave. Am I incorrect in that?
I have no idea. I didn't hear him read it out.
Check it out if you wouldn't mind. Just type in Rayleigh
I
scattering.
can explain it.
Go
The
ahead, Arwen.
original claim came from the conceptualization if you just wave light through some dust or whatever, that's going to change the color depending on the matter. And then it's basically claimed to do the same thing with gas over long distances, all that. And that is how they speculate that the heavens are supposedly showing this blue color, even though there are many problems with this described among that concept. And there's basically a disclaimer that it's true. But then they made models based on that assumption. But those models don't actually apply any optics science or even validate any proof. They just basically claim it and then show you the angular relations with the colors in the heavens as a model.
That's funny. Are they trying to say that it's a wave because of that? Is that what you're implying there, Nathan?
I don't know. I'm asking the question. It just seemed that was where Arwin was leading how it came off the page of Wikipedia. I just wanted your take on it.
That's funny. That's ironic in a sense because of Compton scattering showed without a shadow of a doubt that photons, light, was particles. So
All right.
that's
Did you
that's
just
pretty
dig that
interesting.
up? That's the first time I hear you mention it.
What, Compton scattering? You're having a laugh, right?
Never heard of it.
Huh? Look it up.
You know, another thing, I wanted to bring this up before, and I haven't for my reasons. But all this wave particle duality stuff came, more or less from Schrodinger, and ironically, before Schrodinger, they had something that they called matrix mechanics. It was done by Heisenberg, Born, and Pascal. And incidentally, Max Born is the grandfather of Olivia Newton-John, by the way. But see, matrix mechanics came before Schrodinger's equation, and it is equivalent, right? The results are no different. It's just a different way of describing it. And in fact, Bohr's model of the hydrogen atom was described best. And in fact, it showed the problems with the Bohr model, and it was matrix mechanics that did it. Now, for some reasons, I think that matrix algebra was kind of not too many people were really up to speed with matrix algebra, but everyone knew wave mechanics, so that's probably why the Schrodinger equation came to the fore, and you never hear anything about matrix mechanics. But I'm just saying, if matrix mechanics took over, you'd never hear any of this wave particle duality nonsense. That's the point.
John, is that matrix?
Right. I want to respond to the claim about Compton scattering. While you were talking, I was looking through it, and it does not prove light is a particle at all. It actually says that a particle will decrease in energy, completely taking the way of the very concept that it is an indivisible unit.
You're out
of
your
energy.
mind, sir.
You
No,
started off-
no,
for the past
no, you're
past 2 minutes.
basically
You need
Hold
to
on.
spend a little
herring
more
Hold on.
time
Right,
on
there's
this.
three of us talking. Finish your statement, Arwen, and then if you can respond, John. Thank you.
Well, it's basically describing, again, the thing that I didn't even know was called Compton scattering, okay? Basically describes how light interacts with matter, and then when that matter reaches a certain critical energy mass, there is an interaction. That's what it's based on. That's what I originally stated, that the concept of an indivisible energy unit of light is based upon the minima energy interaction required in order for material to show there is interaction with the light in
Okay,
the first
thank you.
place.
Okay, so quanta. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, go ahead, John.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, you keep on forwarding me to things, but none of it actually in content addresses my issue that I have.
So you just evaluated Compton scattering in less than a minute and a half, Arwen. Really? Go ahead and tell us about the experiment.
Yeah, just like I did with the other thing, with the scattering.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other one. I did that. I can do that.
Go ahead.
He didn't hear your question.
It's just here. It's in the description. Exactly what it does, how it's concluded, what it does, then how it's applied later on. It's exactly what I said it is.
So that's Compton scattering, hey?
It's a fast process, but it's still based on the energy interaction minima in order for matter to respond. That's what they base it on. That's obvious. It's described.
So how does that tell us it's a wave?
I'm not claiming it's a wave. I'm simply claiming it's not an indivisible unit that travels distances and has speeds.
What in the world are you talking about?
Well, maybe you should have paid attention in the last 2 months where I was on a daily basis explaining this.
But that might be the case.
Trouble actually catching on upon what I'm saying.
Sure, that might be the case. But the whole point in bringing up Compton scattering is to debunk the notion of wave-particle duality, which is horse shit. They're just particles.
No, but it's not a wave. It's not a
No,
wave.
it's not a wave.
Particle.
I mean, it seems that we're in agreement, but that's the reason for bringing up this very subject.
Okay, well, that's then a misunderstanding about a false paradigm, because I don't claim a wave. I think that's retarded.
No worries, but you started off
It's very clear, that argument, but I don't think it is a unit traveling a speed.
No worries, but you started
That
off...
is the presupposition for a lot about quantum mechanics, and that's what I agree with right to hand with, not his overall attitude and extrapolations.
Okay,
of
but
his
you started
ideas.
off reading about Compton scattering, and I think in the first 3 words was the word particle, correct?
Yeah, so?
Thank you.
Okay, no worries.
Yes, just because they use that word doesn't mean that it actually proves it. It explains exactly what is happening. And it doesn't prove an indivisible unit. Yeah, it disproves a wave.
Yes, it does.
Definitely. There's no wave.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yes, it does. And the photoelectric effect slams it home for all time.
No, that's just bluster.
Well,
You
you've
don't
read
know
the
what's going on.
photoelectric effect. I know you have, Arwen.
Yeah, that's a chemical interaction. That's matter-based. Remember?
It's a chemical interaction.
Minimum quanta for the interaction to happen.
What's the formula? Give me the product from the reactants.
He's contradicting himself already,
That's how
Arwen.
you
You said it's
sense
matter.
light
You just
in
said
the
it's
first place,
matter.
right? Interaction with matter.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but there is a minimum for that because matter is indivisible units at some point. Chemistry kind of proves that. And so any energy that's going to be transferred is always going to be bound by the physical limitations of that matter. It
That
doesn't
does your own
prove
argument.
that it is an energy, that light itself is an
That
energy.
statement undoes your own argument.
No, it
It
doesn't.
does.
No, it doesn't.
So is it divisible or is it indivisible? Which one is it, Arwin? Quanta.
It is quanta. Quanta is an
is it
amount,
divisible
right?
or not? You've made two contradictory statements now.
Quanta. Yeah, I guess it is divisible. Should be. It's basically an amount. It's on a ruler. The very concept of quanta should be divisible.
It's a discrete chunk. That's what quanta is.
Right.
So it's indivisible.
Okay. Well, in that case, no, it is divisible. It's
And-
not a
so
minimum
no.
amount.
So
Light-
no, right?
Light can be split up indefinitely.
No, it can't.
Yes,
Wait,
it can.
Citation,
hold on.
please.
I've got to get terms. What does discrete mean, Arwin?
In what context?
In this context or any. It means individual, separate, and distinct.
Right.
Discrete.
Yeah, sure. I'm not going with that. What I'm stating is that all that conceptualization of this discretion of the indivisible unit is based upon the actual interaction of light with matter, which is bound by the matter limitations, because matter does have a quanta. Absolutely, it does. So it's
I'm
always going to be
completely confused
bound by
now.
the interaction of the matter for us to detect it, to even sense it's there. Doesn't mean that it can't exist in lower amounts of energy. We simply wouldn't detect it.
But what's the point of this? This is another one of those times where I'll go,
Because
okay.
what's the point of this? Well, let me share you what the point of it is. Because so much of quantum mechanics is all mathematical wizardry based on the presupposition that light is a quanta. Specifically that.
Nonsense. Nothing
Yes,
from quantum
it is.
mechanics
It
is
is.
derived mathematically.
It
Nothing.
assumes a
Citation,
speed,
please.
it assumes a unit.
Citation, please. Nothing in quantum mechanics is derived from mathematics. Nothing. Zero.
That name again of that thing that's supposed to prove it.
The mathematical
Nothing.
descriptions
Zero.
that the derivative is not mathematical. It's been derived from experimentation, Arwin.
What has been? The wave pattern?
No, quantum mechanics.
Oh, the effect, the interaction effect, right?
No, they've established cause and effect relationships.
With what?
With light in this instance.
Right. So, based on what presupposition? That it is matter? That it is a unit, a particle? Because the kind of bit of the requirements with the scientific method anyway. But I think it's basically assumed based on the problem concerning light and matter and our means to detect it in the first place.
Okay, hold on, John. Sorry. What's your understanding of the photoelectric effect, Arwin?
Right. Light shines upon the specific type of matter. The matter charges because of the light, and then electrons will displace, roughly. I don't know if I'm getting it exactly right, but that's roughly the effect, and that'll cause like a chemical reaction. So it's going to be bound by that.
What do you mean chemical reaction?
What do you mean chemical? Yeah, you go ahead,
That's
John.
photoelectrics, right?
It's a chemical reaction.
Or wait, that's photosynthesis. Sorry, it's kind of similar.
Okay, so fine, you misspoke. Not a chemical reaction then.
No, electrical. It's charge.
What is?
The matter.
The matter?
Because of its absorption of sunlight.
Right, so we're definitely talking about matter then.
Well, the matter gets charged by the light, yes.
But by the light? We're talking about the light.
Electrons are already charged. That's what
We're
makes them
talking here about the
electrons.
absorption of the light, right? Here.
Electrons are already charged.
Okay.
But that's part of your explanation. I almost interrupted you when you said it the first time, because you introduced this interaction between matter and light, even though we're talking specifically about light, which is matter.
The only way we can register light is by its interaction with matter.
No, light's not matter. Light is energy.
That's not what I said.
What is the
That's not what I
photoelectric
said.
effect?
Well, I'm confused about what you said. So you're not saying it's matter?
No, it isn't. Specifically not.
What isn't matter? Be specific.
Light is not matter.
That's right. That's right. It's energy.
Yeah, it's not a particle either.
It is a
doesn't have
particle, and the
heat
photoelectric
either.
effect proves it. All right, let's go over quickly the photoelectric effect. How about that?
Right.
Go ahead.
Yes, please.
Yes. If light was a wave, then shining a light of any frequency on a sheet of metal, no matter the intensity, that is the brightness, it should liberate the free communal electrons, right? Therefore, light is not a wave. Moreover, increasing the intensity of select frequencies does not increase the kinetic energy of the liberated free electrons, the now photoelectrons. So one photon is absorbed by one electron. Therefore, light is quantized, a particle. The end. Have a nice day.
Nice straw man setup there. Nice straw man.
Yeah, how's it a straw man?
And false
explaining
duality also.
photoelectric
Hold on,
effect?
hold on. It's
paradigm you
just
actually
it's not a
present.
straw man. He's not presenting
Yeah,
this
it
as
is
a
a straw
rebuttal.
man, Nathan, and a false paradigm.
Just
He
describing
started
the
out with
photoelectric
waves,
effect.
never
How is that a
claimed
straw man?
waves. And then
Then
as a false paradigm, he basically presented particle as the alternative. It's a particle wave duality paradigm, and it's false paradigm.
Bullshit.
No, it's not bullshit.
I
It's
just
a
explained
false
it to you, you
paradigm.
clown. You just make
With the
shit up.
claim
You're
of
from
a wave,
MSU.
and the only
Yeah, keep on
alternative
over
that's supposed to
talking
be
me.
real, the
It's the
particle.
fucking ignorant ones that
It's a
fucking
false
keep talking.
paradigm.
You're a clown. You have no idea what you're talking about. Why don't you explain Compton scattering to the audience, please?
Look, just if we can all just take a breath for a minute, please.
Fucking pretender clowns. How can somebody that doesn't have a clue just talk about something that they're clueless about? How do you do that? How do you look at yourself in the mirror, right?
It's
How do you
very
do
easy.
that?
I just
Please,
don't
I wanna know.
strawman people with arguments that they didn't make.
I want to know
Very
how
easy.
you do that.
It wasn't an argument he was making. He just detailed the photoelectric effect. I don't get it.
Yeah.
But
With supposed
hold on, Owen. Hold on.
paradigm of a duality between a wave and a particle. Right.
You understand? I know you understand this. You've argued this. You understand how they've derived that concept, that wave bit, how it came to fruition in the first instance. I know you understand this, Arwin.
Yeah, I do.
So why would you now be arguing for a
understand
wave?
it.
Why are you now arguing for a wave unless you're deliberately being
I
contrarian?
don't. Again, now you're strawmanning me.
Well, I'm just confused. It seems like
Yeah,
you're arguing
well,
for a
then
wave.
then listen
He
to
is.
what I say and not constantly assume that I'm like a baller
You
claiming
just said
a wave
wave
because I'm
particle
not.
duality.
Right, that's
I'm
where I
not
definitely have
claiming
to
a
say
wave.
something. You said not like a baller. We call them wiki parroting pretender clowns. Now, you've gone and Google searched this, gone to wiki and parroted what you've read 2 minutes later. Not like a baller.
What are you talking about?
What? How you've just...
I looked it up because John brought it up.
Hey, Anon,
How?
how you doing?
Hello, boys.
Are you trying to trick me, Nathan? Are you trying to trick me
No,
into
I
making me
think-
believe that I'm
not at
actually
all.
making a fool out of myself? Because I'm not. I'm damn well straightforward about what I'm making a claim here for. And that is, light is not a wave. Light is not a particle. It's an instantaneous beam manifestation that is potentially infinitely divisible in nature. There you go.
Citation, please.
John the pretender clown with your false paradigms.
Then citation, please. Then the experiment.
Screw you. I'm still figuring it out. It's very tough. Because there is no citations for this. Or maybe Deja knows citations for this.
He's just
He
literally
actually
admitted he's
tends
making
to
it up.
agree with me on this. It's very interesting.
At least unlike
I don't want to
Brenda,
listen to what
he's
John
just,
has to say. Calling
he's not going to let me do it. He's not going to let me point it out. He's overtly admitted he's just making it up.
No, he hasn't, Nathan.
Yeah, you did. It's very difficult.
he
What's
didn't.
very difficult? What's very difficult? Working out the stuff you don't already appreciate or have validity for. What, making it up, in other words?
I think there is no proof for an indivisible particle nature, and I explained why, and nobody responded. You just proceeded calling me
you just made it
a
up.
pretender clown, and then actually presenting a false paradigm quote of something that I do not
false
claim.
paradigm.
But apparently
What was the
you
false
didn't
paradigm?
even understand that I didn't claim.
What was the false paradigm?
Oh, yeah.
Can we
You know
move
what?
on?
I'm done here for today. This will be
What was the
very
false paradigm?
self-explanatory to everyone. So have
What
a
was
good
the
day.
false paradigm?
He's gone. Hey, Anon.
Yeah.
Hey, what's
Here
up?
comes another one.
Shut the fuck up.
Alright, no need. Come on, don't make me kick you out.
Just let me say that I agree with Darwin about light.
Get out!
I'm sorry.
So, well, no, let's have the conversation continue then. So you think light is neither a particle nor a wave?
Well, I think it's just the field, and the particle that's actually being detected is the medium that light is traveling through, and there is a charge inside the particle that's
Oh, God.
detected as the photon.
Let's hear it. What medium?
Air, whatever.
Ether.
Oh, but Anon's got this example where you suck all the air out of a vacuum chamber and light still travels through there.
Ether.
We don't
Not
have
you,
to-
Anon. Not you. We'll come to you. Don't you worry.
I don't have a lot of time. I gotta go to work soon.
I don't think we have such thing as empty space or a vacuum. I think it's impossible to have some space that has nothing in it.
So what's in there?
Just expanded particles, increased in size.
What quantum mechanics like to call that is they call it the quantum foam. That's what they call it.
No,
Quantum foam? Where have you got quantum foam from?
Google quantum foam.
Is that like
Read
calling?
everything.
Is that like calling like a pencil set, a turbo pencil set?
Google it. I didn't make up quantum foam. You think I made that
French
bullshit
brought
up?
up
No, I didn't.
quantum
Hold on.
foam one
Let's
time,
just ask-
and
let's just ask
Anon
Siri.
got all over it. Go ahead, explain it to us. We got Mr.
Read
Google.
the wiki.
What's quantum foam?
Read the wiki, boy.
Yeah, wiki. Another wiki. Google scientist, right?
I don't believe in it, but that's what they claim. That's what your,
No,
your
they
priests
don't.
claim,
They
boy.
don't claim it.
That's what your priests claim, boy.
Brenda claims it. They don't. And who are
Just-
they?
You don't even know what quantum foam is.
Who
It's
who
your
is
subject.
they? You don't
Ju-
even
just-
know who they is.
Just let me say one more thing. I totally actually agree with Curie on everything. I just think that the medium is being misunderstood.
Oh no! Listen to this. Quantum foam, or space-time foam, is
Exactly.
the fluctuation of space-time on a very small scale due to quantum mechanics. The idea
Ooh.
was devised by John Wheeler in 1955. It's a lovely idea by John Wheeler, apparently.
Ooh. Well, let's
Lovely
appeal to
space
authority.
time. Though, so
Let's do
what
it.
they're trying
Appeal
to
to
do,
that authority, baby boy.
so what they're trying to do is marry quantum mechanics and Einstein's relativity, which are two married bachelors. It's a joke.
No, I don't
Of
think
course,
so.
it's a joke. Your whole
Sure it
practice
is.
is a joke.
Baseless assertion, generalized
I-
baseless assertion fallacy.
I
Two months ago, you were all over Wheeler, telling me all about it. Now you're
What-
suddenly, oh, Wheeler doesn't know anything. Durr.
Well, listen, Professor John
Oh,
Wheeler,
yeah.
right? Well, listen.
Right.
Some
When you say
people-
right,
Oh
when
my
you
God.
end your sentence
You
with
freaking
right,
clown!
I know you're wrong.
Just because John Wheeler had some insights into the quantum mechanics experiments doesn't make everything that John Wheeler says a fact. Duh.
Okay, well, he has more authority in this subject than you.
Authority, huh?
Some
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Great argument.
You were telling me about how appeal to authority is just not
Yeah.
appealing to somebody who doesn't know anything like you. but appealing to
No,
people
wrong.
who
That's
actually
not an
know
appeal
something
to
and have
authority
actually
fallacy.
done papers
That's not an
like
appeal to
Wheeler.
authority
So Wheeler
fallacy, son.
claims there's a thing called
That's
foam.
not an appeal
boy.
to authority fallacy.
It is,
Clown.
boy.
What is an appeal to authority fallacy? Tell us.
We've been through this 3 months ago.
Yeah, and I
So
bet
now-
you still don't know.
Hold
what
on,
it
one
is.
at a time. Let's just define these terms. What's an appeal to authority fallacy?
It's appealing to somebody who has the quote unquote authority of the subject matter. He's an expert
No,
in the
that's
subject
wrong.
matter.
That's incorrect.
Yes, like Wheeler. So he
No.
knows about quantum foam. So it's quantum foam is real.
No. Quantum.
What a
Yeah.
moron, man.
This is your logic, boy.
Yeah, your logic. No,
It's
this
an
is your
idea.
illogic.
It's an idea. It's not backed by systematic experimentation. It's not empirically valid. It's an idea that he's had.
Yeah, just like the rest of the ideas that they had.
No, but in this instance, the appeal to authority on something that's real is very different when they're an expert in that field. That's not an appeal to authority.
So appeal authority has to do with something being real. Please cite that.
No! An appeal to authority is me saying, I know quantum foam is real. I asked my mum.
No, I'm not asking your mum. I'm asking Wheeler.
Okay. And does he have any empirical evidence of quantum foam?
Oh yeah, go read. You just read like 2 sentences. Go keep.
It said it was an
Go
idea.
down the foam rabbit hole. Go ahead.
Why should we? Space time. Go ahead and prove space time.
Yeah, it's
It
a
doesn't
definition.
exist. It doesn't exist. It's nonsense.
Right, so
you
quantum
go.
foam is a description about space-time, which is a conceptual medium. Not only that, it's his ideas about this conceptual medium of space-time. So it's not that we need to debunk it with any fallacious reasoning. We
No,
can just say
what it
it's
is-
not empirically valid. It's just
The
an
reason
idea
why they-
about a conceptual
the-
medium.
The reason why they came up with this whole quantum foam thing is because they can't say the ether word. That's why, because they've already abolished it. So they have to come up with some other bullshit as quantum foam.
Oh my God. Now he's divining intents and motives of complete strangers. Wow. Can you
That's
cite
what-
that?
That's what this show is about.
Can you cite that?
Say what?
What you just said about they're trying to cover up the ether with it.
Okay, let me ask you something. You think light's a
Yeah,
particle,
that means
huh?
no.
That
right?
means no.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah, okay, fine. This is This is what I claim. What they're doing is because they can't say the
Just made
ether
it
word,
up.
so they have to come up with some other nonsense.
So you just
Yeah,
made
in
it
other
up.
words, you just made it up.
Yeah, just made it up.
Yeah. So hey, check this out. So if
Hey, check
light's a
this out.
particle,
We don't put up
if
with
light's a-
people making shit up
if-
here.
if light's a particle and it's traveling, then it goes
Oh,
through a
okay.
medium that slows it down, and then it exits that medium and it speeds back up. How does that work without breaking the law of conservation of energy?
That's a good question. I like that question.
Please answer
What?
that, Mr. Quantum.
Well, no, I'm not answering questions from somebody just making shit
Well,
up.
I'll ask it. I don't mind repeating it. So a light particle travels through a glass, slows down because it's traveling through a different medium, but then, seemingly, speeds back up. So how is that possible without violating a couple of natural laws?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Hey,
Anyway,
why don't you
so
tell us
this
what
is-
happens
this
when
is
this
not
light
the reason
comes?
why I came
Hold on
here.
a
I'm
second,
not here to
Clown
argue
Joe.
this
Hold
bullshit
on a
with you
second,
guys.
Clown Joe.
Seriously, I'm not. I'm
Clown
not.
Joe.
John, just shut
Why
up.
don't you
I'm not here
explain
to
it
argue
to
this
us?
garbage with you. Seriously.
Why don't you explain
I'm
it to us when a light goes into a medium? What's going on there?
Okay, let me explain to you. If it's a wave, hold on. If light is a wave of the medium, right? Then you done? Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
That
And
means
so what
that the
medium in the
speed-
crystal is
That
waving?
means, hold on, the speed of light is actually a rate of induction. That means how fast this transverse wave and compression and refraction wave travels through the medium.
Compression and
Now,
refraction
in a
wave.
vacuum where you have removed all the medium, there's something still left, an ether. That's you have this quote unquote speed limit of. Just
That's
shut
what I
the hell up. Let me explain this. It's the
you already-
it's called
you've
the
already
C
explained this.
speed of light at 186,000 miles a second. Now, if it goes through a glass, the rate of induction slows down. But as soon as it leaves the glass, the rate of induction speeds back up again. But it's weaker. Just like if you have a puddle of
Right.
water, right, and
I'm not
oil
listening
around
to
it,
your nonsense,
and then
son.
water again.
Yeah.
What happens if you step in the water, the transverse wave goes through the medium of water at a certain rate, and then it hits grease or whatever. It slows down. But as soon as it goes past the grease and there's another water on the other side, the rate will become the same. The rate of
Somebody's
induction of that
sister
wave,
comes
even though
in
weaker,
and then
is the
changes that
same.
rate of
So
induction.
it's the rate of
and then
induction.
The, then
It
the
has
decay
nothing to do
max
with
of the wave
particles
of the rate of
traveling through anything.
induction.
Oh, hold on.
charges
You're
itself.
rumpusing him, John.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I
You can't
am.
have me continue.
I'm done with his water
Yeah, of
ether
course you're done.
nonsense.
Again, I'm not here to talk about this.
The
I
problem-
already know what this
Okay,
is, and
the
you
reason-
guys clearly don't get it.
Okay, the reason the rumpusing ensued, or the point that it started and on, was when you presupposed this medium, ether.
Okay. It sucks. I mean, it's something still has to go. Something still has to be there for you to have a transverse wave and compression and refraction go through it.
Hold on. So, for who to have a transverse wave? Me? No, I don't need that. That's for you to have a transverse wave going through a mediumless medium. You just got to invent one. That's the problem.
It's not that I invented it. It's kind of like those logical deductions where it's like, okay, well, clearly it has wave properties, so it has to be something that's waving. So, I mean, that's again, this is not me. This is Maxwell. This is Steinmetz. This is Oliver Heaviside.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Is
Now he's
Tesla.
going to name drop.
This is
Citations, please.
This is all the people. They all knew
Citations,
this.
please.
They all called Einstein crackpot for dismissing.
Citations, please.
Okay,
We
hold
can
on.
destroy your argument.
It just seems like rumpusing if Anon ignores it and you just keep saying it. So yes, please can we have a citation that demonstrates either light as a wave or this medium, please?
Like I said, the single or double split experiment will tell you that you see the wave pattern. See, he can't shut the hell up. You see the wave pattern.
Hold on.
You see the interference patterns where you have sections of amplifications and sections of nullifications where the waves cancel each other out, and the other side, the wave hit each other and they work with each other and they increase intensity. You see it on the wall. It's
here we go again. Same
I don't care
argument.
about your
Okay.
mathematical wave
So,
function
Anon,
collapse.
I got a
I'm just
challenge
talking
for you.
about
I got a
the
challenge
wave on
for
my
you.
wall.
I've done it.
We've been through
I've done
this.
it
I don't
5
want to
times
hear.
in the past.
Okay, now can you just let him respond,
I'm
please,
just not
Anon?
going to talk to you guys about
Anon,
this. I
please
clearly
can you stop
can't
talking?
rumpusing
You've
me.
made your point now. You're saying I'm just going to stop talking to you guys. Well then, please can you just do that and let him respond?
He's done the same thing over and over again the last 6 times we've talked about this. So I'm going to solve it the same way I solved it the last 6 times. So Anon says that it's the ether waving in the double slit experiment producing the wave pattern. Okay, so what happens when you have the path information and the diffraction wave pattern disappears? Does the ether take a vacation? Thanks. I'll be here all week.
I don't care
Have a
about
nice
your
day.
circus
Hold on.
sideshow.
Well, hold on. That's a specific question, and I'll repeat it even if you don't want to answer it. So, if you know the path information when the light is traveling through the double slit, why is there no longer what you describe as a wave on your wall? Does the ether go away when that happens?
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
So all of this is a circus sideshow created within conjured up within this so-called experiment. You know this. You're not gonna fucking take anything in Cavendish seriously. It's fucking bullshit experiment.
The
Who
hell are
fuck
you
knows what's
talking
going
about
on in there?
Cavendish for?
Same thing is going on with this. I don't know about this witch path and
Okay, hold on, both of you. Right, I'm not gonna, stop.
Lewis go crazy.
There's a simple question on the table. You either say I don't know, I don't want to answer, and then we can move on, or you have an answer. So, given that it is definitely observed, wave function.
Whoa.
I haven't finished.
Definitely observed.
Anon.
By who?
Anon. It is definitely observed that you have wave function collapse upon knowing which path the particle travels through. Given that that instance disappears any notion of a wave, why would it still at that point be described in any way, shape or form as a wave when it has absolutely no wave function to it?
Okay, this is all bullshit created within this circus sideshow. I don't know what you're talking about, this witch path and photon detectors. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, fine. You don't understand.
Stop.
No worries.
You know how this is.
Don't do a Brenda. Don't do a Brenda.
You know, I learned
don't do
from
a
you,
Brenda.
Nathan.
Just second, you concede you don't know. So what? That means that you should take over the mic and airwaves for the next 10 minutes, does it?
Yep. That's what it means.
So you don't understand the experimental setup, or the conclusion, or in fact the phenomena itself. Fine.
Okay. So next time somebody brings up Cavendish, remember to quote you exactly verbatim what you just said to me about Cavendish. Okay, you don't know anything about the experiment. You don't know anything about what to do. You know anything.
Why are you bringing up Cavendish, clown?
It's called
because
the logical
it's the same
fallacy.
Circus sideshow. It's a
called
comparison.
The logical fallacy of false equivalence fallacy.
And a non sequitur. Hey, Anon, did you go and watch the presentation about what Nathan asked you about 5 different times about how they come up with the wavelength?
No.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I figured.
Why not?
I'm busy, man. I got other shit to do. And then you had the crypto stuff happening, and then you have Epstein happening. I don't have time. I've been busy.
You've got enough
researching other
time
shit.
to come and argue that it's a wave. And I'm asked
No, I did not. I did not come here to argue about the wave. That's what I've been telling you.
It's us highlighting his ignorance, so he's got to talk through every fucking word I say.
I came here to say something else.
Yeah, you've said it. You don't know about the
No.
experimentation. You don't understand about the phenomena. You don't understand about the setup itself, and you've declared it's hokum. Now, the key to this problem for you is to find out how they derived that convention, those wave functions, that which you are observing collapse in our question. Now, if you haven't studied how they derived that convention, then you're just going to continually assert that light's a wave through ignorance.
Okay. I did not come here to talk to you about waves or quantum mechanics. All I came here is to tell you that I pasted a couple of things in Master B about Epstein and his convention on gravity and all the stuff about gravity. That's what I came here to tell you about. And then I saw you guys arguing and beating up Arwen. So I did not come here to talk about waves. I'm done with this.
He made stuff up and overtly admitted to it and then left after we pointed out that he was overtly admitting to just making it up.
I'm not defending Arwen. I'm just saying that's not what I came here to talk about. I came here to talk to you about
no worries. It's a segue. I get it. It's a segue. It's a segue. Go ahead.
Okay, well, check it out. Go pull up the link on Master B. It's an article from a few years ago about how Epstein invited everybody from Lawrence Krauss to Pinky and even Stephen Hawking and everybody to go and talk about the consensus of science. So you have this pedophile billionaire trafficker trying to work with theoretical physicists to nail down the consensus of topics like gravity. I just found that pretty fascinating.
Yeah, consensus of pseudoscience, in other words, not science.
I hear you. Well, I know that.
There is no consensus of science. Science is the scientific method.
I know. That's why I'm pointing it out, because it's hilarious. I'm not telling you this is cool. I'm just telling you this is the kind of shit that I've been looking into in the past couple of days.
You mean Jeffrey Epstein?
That's the guy.
What does he have to do with science? What?
So Jeffrey Epstein, he loves himself some gravity and quantum mechanics and all kinds of stuff. So he set up in Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Virgin Islands. Yes, baby.
Well, gravity and quantum mechanics are two separate ideas. So stop connecting them.
Thanks,
I'm getting sick of you doing that.
I'm just telling you he's a big fan of those topics. I'm not connecting it. I'm saying he's a fan of these topics. And in Ritz-Carlton Hotel, he invited the highest top physicists of all the disciplines to go there and yap about these things. And again, the quote was to, talk about the consensus of science.
Well,
And I
that's a
just found that
misnomer.
it was funny.
That's a misnomer because there is no consensus in science. If it's
I
consensus, it isn't
know, I
science.
know.
If it's
That's why
science,
it's
it isn't
funny.
consensus.
That's
Yeah,
why
we're
it's
not
funny.
this
And the
this
fact
is
that it's being put by a pedo billionaire, it's even more funny. Anyway, I
Yeah.
gotta go to work. See you guys.
Thanks, Anon.
Yeah, come back and make some more shit up.
It does frustrate me. I mean, I didn't even think to ask, have you looked up how they derived the convention of light as a wave? The function, light as a wave function, the mathematical description of light when you have the diffraction pattern observed on his wall. Now, he's reifying that into a wave. You'd think he'd look into it. How did they come up with the original description of it in that manner? Because you're not looking at waves in the slightest. They don't look like waves. They don't behave like waves. They're not waves. It's a probability distribution. Wave function.
Yeah, well, you asked him the question a couple months. It's been going for a couple months now. And he said the first time that he was going to go look, right? So that was a couple months ago. So I just want him to, go look.
It's on a presentation in the link. If you're watching this in the audience, right, click on the link. Doesn't matter which video, live or premiere. In the info box, there's a video that is specifically about the quantum eraser. And in that, it has a full detail. It's about 3 minutes long, tops, that describes in detail where you get the convention, where wave function originated. It's there in black and white. It takes 3 minutes. You just have to scan through.
John?
Yeah, go ahead.
As I stated earlier, that I side with Arwin on this, but later on I said as well that I think you're totally right as well. It's just that we don't understand how the medium behaves. That's what's causing the controversy.
No, I think it's a lot of people making shit up and talking about subjects they have no acumen in. They have barely looked into it. You can tell right away, right? Now, if you've looked into it and you have something cogent to say, I have no problem with that, right? But obviously, these people have not even looked into this topic, and because they have this religious zealotry towards their paradigm, whatever that may be, that whenever you say anything against it, they immediately start with the fallacies, right? That's what happens every single time. And how many times are we going to deal with this splash and water ether nonsense that Anon says every single time?
He obviously doesn't want to look into it. He doesn't want to check it out. He doesn't want to figure out light waves and where that idea's come from. Otherwise, he would have done already. He just wants to come and parrot whatever's part of his narrative. It's come from people like Ken Wheeler.
You got it.
Yeah, Magneto.
You got it. They all talk about this, right? And they all call it, you could tell when there's a pretender clown, they call it the double split experiment. They all do it.
What
I don't know where they got that from.
Well, I was just about to ask exactly that. Why call it? Why is it being called the double split experiment? Get it? And the other thing is, there's another assumption that I've noticed. I thought it was just once or twice, but it's come up a few times now. People assuming that diffraction happens through a double slit only. It's like, what? Do people not realise that you can have single slit diffraction?
Yeah, they don't listen. Just type in into any search engine diffraction in nature, right? Just type that in. You can have a look. Look, this is just Ken Wheeler. Like I said, they're all Ken Wheeler crony wannabes, and double split, and the rest of the equivocation fallacies. This is a joke, people. This is an absolute joke. And the really scary part, these people aren't embarrassed whatsoever. They'll just drone on with their monologues, right? Forever on something they have no clue of, never been around, don't know anything about it. Yep. That's what drives me absolutely insane. Sorry about that. It's one of my pet peeves. That's a pretender clown. And my mission is to stamp them out. And sorry to who that comes on. But if you come out here pretender clowning, you're going to get stamped on. Sorry.
And with that, I'm going to say if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned, as there will be an after show to follow. However, unfortunately, if you're watching this on the Nathan Oakley live stream, this is where we bid you farewell. A massive thanks to all who tuned in, liked, commented, shared, subscribed, and all that good stuff. And also, of course, a massive thank you to all of today's debating panel for making this live show possible. Be sure to check out nathanoakley.com and the Flat Earth Debate Forum, which you should definitely join. I've been Nathan Oakley. Stay tuned if you're watching on the premiering stream on Nathan Oakley 1980, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!